Peace and blessings be unto each and every one of you. I am your host, Bishop JT Dixon, the host of Restoring Light podcast and also the author of the Restoring Light book trilogy. This is the first book of the trilogy, Restoring Light, Overcoming a Dark Past, which is currently on Amazon. I want to thank those of you who have already purchased and left wonderful reviews. I appreciate your support. It means the world to me. It's very encouraging. And for those of you who are looking for a good read, please go out and purchase Restoring Light. It will soon be available on my website. That way you can purchase directly from me and I will mail you a signed copy. My friends call me Titus, and I would appreciate if you would do the same while we're on this journey. I had the pleasure and I had the opportunity to sit down and have a conversation with a very strong, a very solid brother in the community. He is Micheaux Alexander, and he is the owner of Martinizing Cleaners here in Raleigh, North Carolina, directly off of Durant Road. The address is 109 Suite 11, Raven Ridge Road, here in Raleigh, North Carolina. I live in Garner, and it is well worth the drive for me to go from Garner to Martinizing Cleaners to have them do my dry cleaning. I told him I finally found my George Jefferson. Awesome young man. Let's go out to Martinizing Cleaners and let's sit down and have this conversation. How much is the damage here?
All right, so it's going to be $7.78. Would you like a receipt, sir?
Yes, please.
And always come back and see us.
Okay, appreciate it. Let me show this. Listen, y'all, I had to trust this guy with my, what fan?
I'm a Patriot fan.
He's a New England Patriots fan, and I had to trust him with my Mercury Morris jersey. Now, he didn't know who Mercury Morris is, but the Dolphins fans, he's from the 1972 undefeated Dolphins team. So you did an excellent job, and I know how dirty. Did you talk about me when I dropped it off and all this stuff?
Why? This is a judge-free zone.
Okay.
Listen, we don't judge.
Because you could have judged me, but I wore this thing all season last year and didn't put it in the cleaners. It's kind of my favorite.
Probably why y'all win. Y'all gonna win now. You gonna win now.
I gotta clean. So that ritual didn't work. Appreciate you taking the time to talk to me.
Sure. My name is Micheaux Alexander. I am a first-generation dry cleaner, along with my wife. I'm the father of 4 wonderful boys. I'm native of North Carolina, originally from Columbia, North Carolina, which is actually on the Outer Banks. Went to school and attended North Carolina Central. I see you got your Aggie shirt on.
Yeah, I knew you. But I see you got a little color. Representing your school.
I actually graduated magna cum laude. Yes, Central. I got a degree in hospitality and tourism. This is actually a dream deferred. I like to tell people because I actually did a paper about dry cleaning back in hospitality. It was something that was out of the box as far as, but still being in the hospitality industry.
Right.
We're still here serving people. We're still providing quality service to people, and I just love what I do.
Let me ask you a question.
Okay.
Did George Jefferson inspire you?
He did, but now that I look back on some of his shows, I get it. I think the blueprint is there. I think that doing things the right way, doing business the right way, having character is all a part of who I am as a person. And then it's just portrayed through Martinizing Cleaners. To me, that's what college is about. Finding yourself, finding things that may not be the norm. And actually, if that's a passion, you never have to work a day in your life.
Yeah, so you knew you were going to do this in college.
No. I knew this was an opportunity for me to do it, but my actual dream was to be a general manager of a hotel or own a hotel eventually. Okay. So that was actually my goal. I started out running the first Marriott ever built in Atlanta, Georgia.
Okay.
And I thought that was going to be my stepping stone to being a general manager.
So entrepreneurship was always in your spirit?
I think really my wife is the one who has the entrepreneurial spirit.
Okay.
I am a father of 4 boys, but I am also a husband to Micheaux Alexander.
Okay.
She is also my college sweetheart.
Oh,
So
cool.
we both are alumni North
Of
Carolina
that school
Central.
in Durham?
Of
Central.
North Carolina Central University. Yes, she's the entrepreneur in our
Okay.
family. She's done multiple jobs started multiple businesses, and I saw that. And she's also my right hand. If I ever have a question or something that I'm deliberating with, I found that now it's easier for me to answer because I think she has to have the mindset of what actually needs to take place.
That's awesome. We're going to put a pin in it right here and ask that you please don't go anywhere. Listen to these ads from our sponsors, and we appreciate our sponsors. And if you are interested in advertising on the Restoring Light podcast, as well as on our Facebook page and on our website, please reach out to me through social media. We currently have a Grow With Us campaign, which means your first year, your advertisement for that year would be half price. And the wonderful thing about this program, if you come on with us to advertise for a year at half price, your second year, the price will remain the same. So we hope that you decide to work with us as we continue to work in the community. So check out these ads. We'll be right back.
Am I the only one that didn't know home care could be this comforting? It's like having a friend by your side. At Health Pro First, we believe care should be personal, comforting, and above all, feel like home. Serving Wake County and surrounding areas, our team is dedicated to providing compassionate in-home healthcare assistance that meets your unique needs. Whether you need non-medical support or specialized care, we tailor our services to fit your lifestyle and preferences. For those with a passion for caregiving, we also offer education and training to help you make a difference. Call us at 919-495-4091 or visit hf-pros.com. Health Pro First, where care feels like home.
Waka Properties is pleased to introduce White Rock Estates in Graham, North Carolina. White Rock Estates will be a private, gated, upscale micro-community that will feature small to medium-sized homes, secluded and situated on 1/8 to 1/2 acre wooded lots. One featuring tiny homes from 600 to 1,200 square feet. And the other section featuring custom homes from 1,200 to 2,500 square feet. White Rock Estates will be an affordable micro-community with micro-sized homes and an environment that's packed with exclusive features and amenities designed for activity and peaceful lifestyle living coming fall 2026. Waka Properties on White Rock Estates in Graham, North Carolina.
You talked about fatherhood.
I have a 13-year-old, I have a 12-year-old, I have a 6-year-old, and now I also have a 5-year-old.
So business, fatherhood, husband.
I am involved in my local church.
Involved in your local
Yes,
church.
I am.
So you're a busy man.
I am. I think that as being a father, I have the ability to actually bring my kids to work or bring my kids here and allow them to actually see what it takes. Last week, my oldest son was with me for the 3 weeks straight. He's actually on a year-round schedule. He was up at 6 o'clock with me and didn't go home until 7 o'clock in the evening. He saw what it took and what it takes to run a successful business. And I praise them because that's something that was something that I didn't see when I was growing up a lot. Mm-hmm. As far as my dad would never tell me he's proud of me until I got older. Mm-hmm. But at a young age, as a child, you look for the praise of your father. Right. And so I always, pat him on the back. Great job. I'm glad you were here. I need you. And I think that he sees that, and he saw what I needed, and he was able to rise to the occasion. And I approve.
How old is he?
He's 13.
13 years old, already on board following your footsteps.
He is. I really just wanted him to understand what's going on. Like this year, for example, my wife, she has a nonprofit along with one of her friends. It's Say Grace, and is the name of her organization. Okay. And she partners with another lady by the name of Betty Jackson, okay, who does Woven and Friends. And what they do is, for the last 3 years, they've been feeding the homeless in downtown Raleigh. This past year, we fed 350 people in about 2.5 hours, 3 hours. And I was able to actually take my oldest son with me. He doesn't really understand, but now he's starting to get an understanding of what's going on around him. Yeah. And just to be grateful and appreciative of all the things that he has.
So let's go back out and continue our conversation. Micheaux is going to share with us a little more about the business and what you can expect by becoming a partner and a patron at this particular cleaners. I encourage you to do so. Let's go back out to Martinizing Cleaners.
What type of challenges did you face?
I'm a first generation dry cleaner. Mike Tyson also said everybody has a plan until you get punched in the jaw.
That's true.
And coming out again, we've been open and we just celebrated 2 years.
Congratulations.
But again, I think the biggest challenge for me was just understanding the business. Yes, I did have a plan as far as like what we had, what I was going to do. I was going to take all the know-how that I had from customer service and hospitality and bring it here. And that's what I've done thus far. But again, with that's only one part of the business. A lot of stuff that is a part of the business, people don't tell you about. And that's the biggest challenge, is just understanding how to be an owner. And also being the duck, where you calm at the surface, but your legs are kicking all the time under the water. And as a leader, you have to be able to be that duck, because the people around you are looking at you when something goes wrong. They're looking at you when they need answers, and you can't be. I remember when I was young, I always used to be the one who always talked first, and not think about what I was going to say before I said it. Okay. And now as a leader, you can't do that. You have to actually think out what you need to say, and have tact, and have wisdom in everything you do, because again, you're not affecting just yourself when you make decisions. You're also affecting those around you as well as your employees. Continue to have the passion. Because passion and is what keeps you going when everything doesn't seem to work out, or everything doesn't happen immediately. You have to have the passion. You have to have discipline. You have to have the ability to set a plan, like you were saying. You gotta work the plan. You gotta work the plan, and then when it doesn't go that way, be able to retool and then go back at it. I feel like Peter sometimes. I jumped off the boat, I started a business, and we're moving. And all of a sudden, things as a new dry cleaner in the first generation, there's a lot of things that could go wrong that you never experienced before. But again, I have to keep my eyes on. Believe that no matter what's happening in the storm, that you're walking towards God.
What would your staff say about you?
He leads by example.
Okay. So you're back there getting your hands dirty.
Of course. I think that's the only way you can do it. You have to show your employees that you care so that they care. And at least I also want to show them that I care about them. It's not just the business, I care about them. If we're backed up, I'm going to go shoulder to shoulder. And again, this is stuff that I learned in hospitality. Someone who passes down orders and not go side by side with the people that you're working with also, because they want to see that too. They want to know that you care, and when they know you care, they care, or they put a little bit more effort in.
So you sound like not only are you the owner, the manager, you're part of the team.
I am.
So how do you balance everything? I mean, 4 boys in America, and a wife, and a baby. How do you balance it?
I always use the analogy, we're a team. And if everybody plays a position, we're going to win. But as far as the family, one is to make sure that when I spend time with my kids, it matters. I try to be intentional about what I do. I try to be intentional about how we interact. I try to be intentional about how I cheer them on and motivate them. And say the same thing about my marriage. I try to make sure that I can get away from the kids and just spend time with my wife. Let her know that I support her dreams, because again, she's believing in me this whole as we grow this business. I believe in her and all the things that she has to do.
So she was on board when you wrote the plan, and
oh yes, she was definitely on board. I think, matter of fact, she probably was the one holding the board as I was writing. So I think we definitely had that scene where she's totally committed to the purpose, and we also want to make sure that we're leaving a legacy for our children. I think that's how you build generational wealth. Without wealth, you don't have options, or your options are just a little bit harder.
Yeah.
Not that you can't pave your own way, because we hear so many stories of people that pull their own stuff up by the bootstrap. But again, there's also those that have nepotism, and they have, and we just call it what it is.
Yeah.
And they have been afforded the opportunity to make those decisions. As far as family participation, not only is it just me and my wife, but also my mother-in-law has also contributed, and she's still contributing to the business. The days when I can't be here, she's here. She's helping out in the back. She's helping out in the front. Like I said earlier, my son is also learning the business. I have another 12-year-old son that I hope for the summer to start bringing him aboard and let him understand the business also. So that way, if the opportunity comes where they are able to have their own store, you know, they have some knowledge of what's involved. At that point, it's about leveraging. And once you have one store, you're able to add more stores on, and then all those just build upon each other.
Okay. Durant Road, I saw Durant Road.
Yes, we're located on the corner of Durant Road and called Raven Ridge Road.
And I read your online comments, and obviously your hospitality experience shows. A lot of people comment on how pleasant it is coming in to talk to you and how you greet them. And I just saw you work with a customer, and it seems like the conversations just flow when you're with your customers.
I want people, you know, you have all these shows like Cheers and
One of my favorites.
And you know, that's how I tell people. I'm like, we're like Cheers without the beer and alcohol. So when you come in here, we want to know your name. It's just like when you came in, you know, we have your stuff ready.
Yeah.
And customers appreciate that. I value everyone's time. When you come in here, I want two things to notice: that you want to have a friendly smile, but also the other part of that is the smell. We are chemical-free dry cleaning. When you take pride in what you do, it's a reflection, not only on the outward side, but also in the internal. You feel like they're going to take care of my clothes. This is the place where I can trust my stuff to be left here. And so when people come in, I want them to see the friendly face. I want them to have a good conversation. I want my staff, you know, make sure you're asking somebody how their day was. You know, you never know what somebody's gone through between the time they dropped off their stuff to the time they pick it up. So you want to make sure that you're leaving an impression, because people gravitate at it.
When I walked in, the friendly connection was already there. And then I saw your reviews, and everybody was talking about how friendly you are. Have you always been the friendly guy?
I think so. I think so. I think that's just how I was raised. There's no strangers. You know, that's one of the things that I carry with me, no matter where I'm at, is there's no strangers. We're going to talk. And I had a mentor when I was in the hospitality industry that always told me that, you know, the best way to earn business is to have a conversation. One of the best books I ever read was How to Influence People and Win Friends.
Okay, we're back. Well, we're going to look at the back end of the cleaner. Let's go back out to Martinizing Cleaners.
He had to pull it out.
I had to.
So I've never been in the back section of a cleaners.
But yes, you're in the back of Martinizing Cleaners. And this is where all the magic is made. This is where we take care of our customers. This is where we earn your business repeatedly. Yes, I would tell people 80% of your business is won at the front.
Okay.
But this 20% is how you come back.
That's what I was going to say. It doesn't matter if you're real friendly up there, and my outfit that I need to wear to a special event has a big stain still on it. The young lady that was here, she was smiling. This lady was back here, was smiling. They were carrying on conversation, and I was noticing that it looked like employee-friendly environment.
So remember what I was saying earlier, we try to make sure that our employees are happy, because a happy employee is also someone who's coming to work every day. They're taking pride in their work. They don't have somebody feeling like they're breathing down their neck. We're all adults. We want to be treated with respect. Again, I've come from an industry where you're treated like a number, so I didn't want to pass that energy on to my employees. I want to make sure that you feel comfortable. We have an open door policy for my employees to be able to come to me and tell me what's going on. Let's talk about life, not just work. Talk about how I can get better as a manager and the owner. We all trying to have the same goal, and that is to make sure that our customers are happy anytime and every time they come in the store.
So that flows over to your customers. If your employees back here happy, you're happy, it flows over to your customer.
Exactly. Yes. So from one standpoint, 80% is the front, the other 20% is done here. But overall, the importance of the business is all 100% here. Okay. This is where you are. This can make or break a business right here when you don't have the right people doing the job correctly. And with those three, we have someone doing our shirts, someone doing our pants, and then someone also doing our dress shirts also.
Again, thank you, Micheaux and Trinita, for allowing Restoring Light, allowing me to come into your establishment and sit down and have this wonderful conversation. I am so excited about what you guys are doing. I'm excited about your nonprofit organization, and I'm so thrilled that you're able to raise your kids to learn business, unity, support, so many lessons that they are learning that many in our community did not have the opportunity. This is an experience that your kids will enjoy and they will remember forever. And for those of you who are in business with family or by yourself, we ask that you reach out to me. I would love to come sit down and talk to you and highlight your business so everyone can hear your story, your success, your vision, and your purpose towards our community. God bless you. May heaven smile upon you. May the peace of God be forever with you. Please subscribe, share, like, and do all those things that will help support what we are doing. Peace and blessings.